All right, guys. So this is for Star Trek: The Original Series. The episode is the Man Trap. So this it's it's a good episode on a lot of different levels. It's classic sci-fi. It feels like classic sci-fi. It's the monster. It's the monster of the week type trope. But again, it feels very classic sci-fi-esque. The thing about this though is it has a heart. You know, the story has a heart. The fact that it is the salt creature. Your heart goes out to it. It's just a creature that's trying to survive. So although it feels very much like, classic sci-fi where, you're scared of the monster, you've got to get away from the monster. This episode, it you could relate to it because it's just a creature that's trying to survive against the harsh environment. And it's not necessarily evil, but it's kind of, it's, from our perspective, because oh shit, it's trying to kill us, but it's just trying to survive. And it's one of those things where it makes you kind of look at the monster in a different light. And that's one of those stories they're always good to kind of look at and kind of self-evaluate and be like, well, huh, if we were in that situation, how would we fare? So Dr. McCoy, he meets his old acquaintance. Of course, everyone sees what they kind of want to see, and that was kind of weird. But that's one of those Star Trek things where it's if they had just had a conversation of like, hey, she hasn't aged, like she seriously hasn't aged a day, like there's no gray, like that. It was really interesting where like nobody really was seeing what was going on, and it's a good episode in terms of what the ideas that they were suggesting. And I would say that even the effects now, they hold up. Some people could look at that and say, okay, it's corny for what we have for today, but I think it holds up. The shaggy kind of monster, the kind of weird proportioned face, the suction cup hands, like it's just weird and it's very off, and I like that. I think that's really, they really kind of thought outside the box with the original series, with as much crap as it gets for being cheap or being, oh, this is just science fiction, at the time, there was a lot of money put into what they were doing. And like I said, I think the design holds up. I think even the costumes hold up. Like I think that's a really good design. And like I said, the story, you mix the design with the story that it had, with, it's not, yes, it's a monster of the week, but it's that plus a story with heart, it was a good overall story. It had some issues, with, people dying and whatnot, and, story elements of, whatever. But I think overall, I think what they were trying to achieve, especially in the early days, I think they did that. So, it wasn't a perfect episode, but I think it was pretty good. It had a lot of good ideas there, and I think, from, just a, I mean, you look at the movie The Thing, and you're not sure who it is, and you're kind of eyeballing everybody, and that very much is in this episode, So, I can look at this and see, inspiration for other things, and that's always the sign of a good show or a good movie or whatever, is when you can inspire other things. So I liked it, Again, like I said, it wasn't perfect, but especially for a 50-year-old TV show, what do you expect? But like I said, the enemy was good. I was entertained. I don't feel like I wasted my time watching this, and that's the only way I think you can really evaluate the original series, especially after so much time has passed. Is was I entertained? And I was. It was good. So, all right. With that in mind, that was just my thoughts. So, let me know what you guys think. So like I said, with that in mind, be genuine, be safe, and keep on geeking on, guys.